Hey guys, it's Tahs. Welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So this video was supposed to go up yesterday. However, as I was recording it, the lights went out, and by the time they came back on, I was just over it. You know what I mean? So I deleted that footage, and we're going to start over with this one. So today we are going to be picking my October TBR, and I'm super duper excited for this one. Because as we know, October is Halloween. We're getting the spooky vibes. I'm super excited. So let's talk about last month first. Last month I had, well, technically it's still this month. I did the Bookathon where I chose the first 5 books for that, and then I went ahead, I finished those, and then I did 3 more, spent like 3 more rolls and got books. And then I also did the Fall Into Reading-a-thon where there was 6 prompts, and I followed all 6 prompts. So I have completed my TBR for September. I have already done a semi kind of my thoughts on it. I will post that down below so you guys can see what the thoughts were on those books, and then the rest of the books for those readathons, as well as some books that I read were not part of the readathons. I will have a review out on those here shortly, probably, I don't know, like by the 2nd at least, or 3rd. So we're going to shoot for that and see how that goes. So normally, prior to September, obviously, whenever I would pick my TBR, I would use prompts folded into airplanes. But I'm not doing that this time because I wanted to do something different, because a lot of the prompts that I'm working with are not like spooky vibes. So I went scrolling around the internet and I found this. I believe it was from, excuse me, my voice keeps coming in and out. It looks like it was part of a readathon type bingo game in 2019 from Bookish.com. And this is the bingo board. I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to link it down below if you guys want to check it out. And this is what they used for that. So I'm just reusing that, but I'm doing it a little different. Instead of me going through and say, okay, I want to pick these 5 prompts because it's going to make a bingo, I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is just picking books, and then I'm going to match them up to them later. Some of the examples are Dark and Stormy Night, A Cold Case, Domestic Suspense, Serial Killer, Family Secrets, those types of things that you would normally find in a thriller, horror type book. So I have a stack of books in front of me, as well as one that I had recently got like on audio that I haven't read yet, and I'm going to use that one as well. And what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you about the books that I want to read, and then after I read them, I'm going to match them up to the bingo board and see if I marked anything off. And if I did, that'll be awesome. But if I didn't, I got to keep going. And what my goal is, I give myself up to 3 bingos for the month. If I get 1 bingo, I get to pick 1 wish list item from Amazon. 2 bingos, I'll get 2. 3 bingos, I'll get 3 items. So if there's 1 book I want, I just have to get 1 bingo. So that is my plan. We shall see how this works. Because like I say, typically, most people pick books that go with the prompts. I'm just picking books that I want to read, that are thrillers or whatever, kind of fit the spooky theme, but it's something I want to read. It doesn't necessarily match up to the prompts, but hopefully we can. I hope you guys understood that, and we're just going to rock through this. So the first one that I'm going to read, it is an audiobook, and it is called The Missing Husband by Natasha Boydell. And this one is about Kate and Pete. Kate and Pete had the ideal relationship. Everybody thought they were the perfect couple. And 15 years later, they have 2 kids. They live in a London townhouse. And they seem like they have everything they need. One day, Kate wakes up and her husband went to work. Well, he never returns. Then she finds a letter from him saying that he is unhappy and He's been unhappy for a long time and he's met someone else. But then she realizes that he left everything behind. All his belongings and even his cell phone. So she goes and tries to track him down and see what she can do. But the question is she ready for what she finds out? So that one, when I first read the synopsis on it, I was like, okay, missing husband, let's see where this goes. So I'm super excited for that one. And then I have a little stack in front of me. This one is called The Rumor by Leslie Cara. And I got it at Ollie's for $2.99. What a deal. And this one is, it says, rumor has it that a notorious killer who committed a brutal crime as a child has been living in town, has been living under a new life. Let's try this again because I can't read. He's been living a new life under a assumed identity in Joanna's seaside town. So who is the criminal hidden in their midst? Suspicion falls on everyone. As Joanna becomes obsessed with the case, her curiosity will expose her son and his father to a supposedly reformed murderer who may be ready to kill again. She will learn how dangerous one rumor can become and just how far she must go to protect those she loves. She's going to regret the day that she ever said a word. So, that one, a murderer, yes. That is definitely spooky season vibes. Super excited for this one. And then 2 of these, maybe even 3, but definitely 2, I did a haul on not that long ago, and this was one of them. This one is called The Date by Louise Jensen. And her Saturday night started normally. Recently separated from her husband, Allie has been persuaded by her friends to go on a date with a new man. She's ready, she's nervous, she's excited. She's about to take a step into her new future. By Sunday morning, her life is unrecognizable. She wakes and she knows that something is wrong. She's home, she's alone, she's hurt, she has no memory of what happened to her. Worse still, when she looks in the mirror, Allie doesn't recognize the face staring back at her. She can't recognize her friends and family, and she can't recognize the person who is trying to destroy her. So, that must have been some date, right? Right. So, the next one is The Babysitter by Cheryl Brown. And this, I realized, after I hauled it and I put it on my shelf, it includes a bonus novel in here, The Affair. So, this is 2 books in one. So, let's see. So the first 356 pages is The Babysitter, and then the rest of the book is The Affair. And this one is about Mark and Melissa. They found a babysitter named Jade, and they wound up moving Jade into their home because her house burned down. And as Mark works long hours as a police officer and Melissa struggles to run a new business, they become more reliant on the babysitter, who is all but happy to help. But Melissa begins to slip into depression. It's Jade who picks up the pieces. But Mark soon notices things that aren't quite as they seem. Things at home feel wrong, and as Mark begins to investigate their seemingly perfect sitter, what he discovers shocks him to the core. He's met Jade before, and now he suspects he might know what she wants. Mark is in a race against time to protect his family, but what will he find as he goes back home? So, what does this babysitter have on him? And, why does she seem so perfect and now she's not? Alright, 3 more. The next one is Tear It Down by Nick Petrie. And this one right here, Peter Ash is sent to Memphis to help Wanda, a photographer and war correspondent who's been receiving peculiar threats. When Peter arrives, however, he finds the situation is going downhill fast. Someone has driven a garbage truck into Wanda's living room, but neither she or Peter knows why. At the same time, a young homeless street musician finds himself roped into a plan to rob a jewelry store. The heist doesn't go as planned, and then when his getaway car breaks down, he steals a new one at gunpoint. Peter's green 1968 Chevy pickup truck. Peter can tell the skinny hold-up artist is in deep trouble, and he likes the kid's smarts and attitude, which means he's now got 2 people to protect. With Memphis gangsters, a Mississippi ex-con, and the Khan's hog butcher brother circling. Peter's about to force a showdown in a town not known for happy endings. I'm telling you, these all sound amazing. This one is one that I did a swap for in the Facebook group that I'm in, and I was super excited it was up for swap because I've been seeing some really good things about this one, so I'm ready to read it. And that is Horrid by Katrina Leno. And this one is about Jane and her mom. After Jane's father died, her and her mom, Ruth, decide they move from California to a dreary, dilapidated house in Maine, which was where Ruth was, was raised. They're looking for a fresh start, but once they get there and they get behind closed doors, they feel like something is there, and it just makes them feel even more alone, more tortured. And anyway, then as they settle in, Jane finds solace in old books and memories of her dad. She begins making new friends, but she's also getting bullied by the resident bad seed and struggles to tamp down her own nature in response. Ruth seems to be spiraling with the return of her childhood home, but she won't reveal why. Then Jane discovers that the storage room Ruth has kept locked isn't for storage at all. It's a little girl's bedroom left untouched for years and not quite as empty of inhabitants as it appears. And this one I was super excited to get, number one, because it did come with the signed card wherever it went. I don't know. I just had it. Oh, here. It came with a signed card from the author. And then the inside. So pretty. So I cannot wait to see what is in this locked storage room. So yeah. Okay, and normally I do 5 books, and this time I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 physical and 1 audio. But I normally choose a Reese Witherspoon book club book to read, and I normally pick it out of the cut with all the papers. But however, this time I decided to pick one that I actually owned off my shelf, Reese Book Club, and this one is called The Lying Game. And this one is by Ruth Ware. And I have a few books by Ruth Ware, and I've been wanting to try to read her. I've never read her before, but I've heard great things. This one is about a woman who is walking her dog, and before she can stop the dog, he lunges into the water and is going after what she thinks is a wayward stick. However, to her horror, it turns out to be something more sinister. And then the next morning, Fatima, Thea, and Isa receive the text they have always hoped would never come from Kate, their 4th inseparable clique member, and all it says is, "I need you." They were best friends at a second-rate boarding school, and they quickly became inseparable, and they were notorious for telling lies to other girls that were boarded there, as well as the staff. And their game had consequences. And as they converge present day with the new text message, they discover that the thing that they thought they had buried so well that would never come to light has come to light. So now we need to read The Lying Game to see what exactly did they lie about, and what did the dog retrieve that was so sinister that made her send this text. So I'm super stoked to figure out why. So yes, that's all the books I've chosen so far. There are 7 of them. Super stoked. And I'm going to start reading them and start checking off the bingo game as I figure out which prompts go with what. But like I said, I'm not choosing books based on the prompts. I'm choosing the books and then fitting them to a prompt later. And if I get 1 bingo, I'm going to order something off my wish list. 2 bingos, I'll order 2 books off of it, and 3 books. But I don't see myself getting 3. But you never know, it could happen. So that is all I have for you guys. Have you read any of these? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know down below. What are you reading in this October spooky season? And I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.